Organic matter? Right choice. Contains carbon is the best answer. What is chemistry? Well done. G is the right choice. What's carboxylic acid? You got it? Your choice, an organic acid, is right. Organic family for formal. Exactly. Aldehyde makes sense and it is right choice. Organic family for hydroxy. On track. Alcohol is the correct answer. Choose an organic compound. Well picked. 6L4 is the correct answer. Is the chemistry of carbon? Great thinking. Organic chemistry is the right choice. Chemistry is the foundation of? Excellent. Biology is a brilliant choice. Who is the father of chemistry? Good thinking. Antoine Lavoisier is the right answer. In organic chemistry, carbon is correct. Tetravalent is the right answer. Dash is not an organic compound. Perfect. Co is the correct choice. Organic compound usually contains. Well reasoned. Covalent bonds is the correct choice. Two types of organic reactions are solid response. Polymerization and saponification is a valid choice. Which of these is not organic? Strong choice. Carbon dioxide is the right answer. Organic compound must contain dash. Correct response. CH bond is the most accurate answer. In organic compounds, there must be. Excellent choice. Carbon is the right answer. Is salt an organic compound? Sharp thinking. No is the right choice. Organic polymer can be divided into. Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer. All organic compounds always contain. Right again. Carbon is a valid answer. For electricity, organic compound are. Great job. Bad conductors is the accurate answer. What type of organic compound is it? You're right. Alkane is the correct answer. Which one is not an organic compound? Nice selection. Il is the correct and valid answer. Type of polymers made in a laboratory. Smart pick. Synthetic is the correct choice. Organic compound that fight diseases. Bravo. Protein is the answer. Organic molecules will always contain. Good job. Your answer carbon works well here. Organic chemistry involves the element. Clear logic. Your choice carbon is sound and 100% true. What does organic chemistry deal with? Nice work. You chose element carbon and it is correct. What are small organic molecules called? Valid point. Monomers is true. Which substance is an organic molecule? Nicely done. C612-6 is a solid answer. Which element is organic chemistry about? You chose carbon, and it is correct. An example of a synthetic material is dash. Good job. Your answer plastic works well here. All organic molecules contain the element. Right again. Carbon is a valid answer. All organic molecules have what two elements?
Clear logic. Your choice hydrogen and carbon is sound and 100% true.
Organic compounds are dash-based molecules. Nicely done. Carbon is a solid answer. Organic chemistry includes study of dash and N.
Perfect. Carbon is the correct choice.
The simplest member of organic compounds is... Good thinking. Methane is the right answer. The term organic means molecules contain what? Strong choice. Carbon is the right answer. All organic compounds must have this element. Great thinking. Carbon is the right choice. The chemistry of carbon containing compounds. Solid response. Organic chemistry is a valid choice. How many organic materials do we have approx? Well done. 100,000. 1,000 is the right choice. The term organic compound was coined by whom? Right choice. Jöns Jacob Berzelius is the best answer. Which of the following is not organic compounds?
Nice work. You chose borazine and it is correct.
Organic compounds contain elements except dash. You chose aluminum and it is correct. Nitrogen is found in what organic compound? You got it. Your choice proteins and nucleic acids is right. What element does an organic chemical contain? Sharp thinking. Carbon is the right choice. Which one is not the use of organic compounds? Correct response. Machine industry is the most accurate answer. Which of the following substances are organic? Nice selection. Ethanol is the correct and valid answer. Organic compounds must have which two elements? Excellent choice. Carbon and hydrogen is the right answer. Hydrocarbons are organic compounds with element. Well reasoned. Both hydrogen and carbon is the correct choice. What element is found in all organic compounds? Exactly. Carbon makes sense and it is right choice. The organic compounds shown on picture are dash. On track. Alkanes is the correct answer. Which compounds behave like low-melting solids? Bravo! Organic compounds is the answer. Organic compound that stores genetic information. Smart move. Nucleic acids is an accurate answer. Which of the following compounds is not organic? Correct. Co is the right answer. The following compounds are not organic, except... Great job. Glucose is the accurate answer. What is formed when an organic compound is burnt? Smart pick. Carbon dioxide is the correct choice. Which organic compound is made from amino acids? Valid point. Protein is true. What is the main component of organic compounds? Well picked. Carbon is the correct answer. Organic chemistry is the study of dash compounds. Excellent. Carbon is a brilliant choice. The main type of bonding in organic compounds is... You're right. Covalent is the correct answer. Which of these is made up of an organic compound? Well reasoned. Chicken is the correct choice. Organic molecules contain the elements.
Clear logic. Your choice carbon and hydrogen is sound and 100% true.
This organic compound is a quick source of energy.
Strong choice. Carbohydrates is the right answer.
Organic family with an oxygen atom between carbons. Right choice. Either is the best answer.
What organic compound are plastic bottles made of?
Perfect. Polyethylene is the correct choice.
Organic molecules are built on a dash skeleton.
Correct response. Carbon is the most accurate answer.
Which organic compound is a saturated hydrocarbon? Nice selection. Ethane is the correct and valid answer.
Which element is present in every organic compound? Correct. Carbon is the right answer. Organic chemistry is also known as the chemistry of.
Great thinking. Carbon is the right choice.
What class of organic compound is 3-2-2?
On track. Organic acid is the correct answer.
The main elements involved in organic molecules are... Nicely done. Carbon and hydrogen is a solid answer. The building blocks for organic compounds are called... Sharp thinking. Monomers is the right choice. Which of one these compounds is an organic compound?
Excellent. C2H6 is a brilliant choice. Which two elements do all organic compounds contain? Good job. Your answer carbon and hydrogen works well here.
Chemical bonds in organic molecules are mainly bonds. Exactly. Covalent makes sense and it is right choice. What is the most common element in organic chemistry? Valid point. Carbon is true. What organic family does CH3CH2CH3 belong to? You're right. Either is the correct answer.
Which organic compound has the highest boiling point?
Great job. Octane is the accurate answer. In stable organic compounds, carbon will always form. Excellent choice. 4 bonds is the right answer.
There are dash organic compounds known to scientists.
Bravo. 9 million is the answer.
Organic family with the hydroxy functional group.
Smart move. Alcohol is an accurate answer. What is the simplest organic molecule in the universe? You chose methane. And it is correct. In general, which property do organic compounds share? You got it. Your choice slow reaction rate is right. In which series of organic compounds are only alkanes? Solid H6C3H8C4H10 is a valid choice. Which kind of bond is most common in organic compounds?
Well picked. Covalent is the correct answer.
This type of organic compounds is made from dead plants.
Good thinking. Hydrocarbons is the right answer.
Which element is the main element in organic chemistry?
Smart pick. Carbon is the correct choice. Which of the following do not contain organic compounds? Right again. None of the above is a valid answer. In order for a substance to be organic, it must have dash. Well done. Carbon is the right choice. Which of these is generally not considered to be organic? Nice work. You chose carbon dioxide and it is correct. The element dash is found in all of the organic compounds. Right choice. Carbon is the best answer. Which type of bonding is present within organic molecules? Solid response. Covalent bond is a valid choice. Fossil fuels are organic compounds that are made from dash. Great job. Hydrocarbons is the accurate answer. And dash is an organic compound that has acidic properties. Well picked. Organic acid is the correct answer. What is the study of compounds that contain carbon called? Great thinking. Organic chemistry is the right choice. The least detailed structural diagrams of organic molecules. Exactly. Skeletal formula makes sense and it is right choice. 3 ways to describe organic chemistry compounds, except dash. You chose backbone formula, and it is correct. The study of carbon containing molecules and their reactions. Excellent. Organic chemistry is a brilliant choice. Most compounds containing the element carbon are called dash. You're right. Organic is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a synthetic organic substance? Sharp thinking. Cotton is the right choice. An organic molecule that contains only single bonds is called. Smart pick. Saturated is the correct choice. Which of the following is not an example of organic compound? Right again. Ill is a valid answer. Which of the following is classified as an organic substance? Or. Nice work. You chose formic acid and it is correct. What element must be present in a compound to make it organic? On track. Carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen is the correct answer. Compounds which only contain carbon and hydrogen are termed as. Valid point. Hydrocarbons is true.
Which organic compound is non-pole and will not mix with water?
Good thinking. Lipid is the right answer.
Organic chemistry is the study of compounds containing the dash.
Good job. Your answer, CH bond, works well here. The type of organic compound used for short-term energy storage. Well done. Carbohydrates is the right choice.
What type of chemical bond is present in all organic compounds?
Strong choice. Covalent bond is the right answer. This chemistry is the study of carbon's chemistry and compounds. Correct response. Organic is the most accurate answer. In what century did organic chemistry take shape as a science? Smart move. 6 is an accurate answer. Which of the following pairs of compounds are organic compounds? Nice selection. CH3 C6 fiber is the correct and valid answer. Monosaccharides are the building blocks of this organic compound.
Correct. Carbohydrates is the right answer.
A branch of science that deals with the study of matter is called. Excellent choice. Chemistry is the right answer. Organic family with a carbonyl group at the end of a carbon chain. Bravo. Aldehyde is the answer.
The branch of chemistry that studies carbon-containing substances.
Clear logic. Your choice organic chemistry is sound and 100% true.
In Lassaine's test for NS and halogens, the organic compound is. Nicely done. Fused with sodium is a solid answer.
Which molecular chemical bond found commonly in organic compounds?
Well reasoned. Covalent bond is the correct choice.
The phenomena due to which an organic compound has two structures. You got it. Your choice isomerism is right.
Which property is generally characteristic of an organic compound?
Perfect. Covalent compound is the correct choice.
Which of the following is not a way to represent organic compounds?
Excellent choice. Thread formula is the right answer. For a compound to be considered an organic compound, it must contain.
Good thinking. Carbon is the right answer.
The compounds which contain only carbon and hydrogen are called dash.
Nice selection.
Hydrocarbons is the correct and valid answer. Organic chemistry is the study of the element dash and its compounds. Perfect. Carbon is the correct choice. Organic family with a carbonyl and a hydroxy group in the same carbon. Well done. Carboxylic acid is the right choice. Why do most organic compounds have low boiling and low melting points?
Good job. Your answer, they weak intermolecular forces, works well here.
The theory of the chemical structure of organic compounds was created. Great job. A.M. Butlerov is the accurate answer. What is the first organic compound prepared from an inorganic substance? A.
Sharp thinking. Urea is the right choice.
Which of the following elements must be present in any organic compound?
Smart pick. Carbon is the correct choice.
What is formed when the alpha hydrogen of an organic compound is removed?
Bravo, an N-alkyne is the answer.
Any organic compound that contains a halogen substituent is called a dash.
You got it. Your choice halocarbon is right.
Which compounds have the same molecular formula, but different structures?
Right choice. Isomers is the best answer. What is the simplest organic molecule containing only carbon and hydrogen? You're right. Methane is the correct answer.
In organic compounds, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen have the following valence.
Excellent. I is a brilliant choice.
Branch of chemistry which deals with C, and its compounds are commonly called.
Correct response. Organic chemistry is the most accurate answer. Which of the following organic compounds contains the fewest types of atoms?
Solid response. Hydrocarbons is a valid choice.
This states that organic compounds could only be created by living organisms.
Valid point.
Vital force theory is true. All of the following are kinds of organic compounds found in organisms except. Well reasoned. Water is the correct choice. This theory states that organic compounds must contain a peculiar vital force. Right again. Vital force theory is a valid answer. Which is the first organic compound that can be synthesized in the laboratory? Exactly. Urea. Tuco makes sense and it is right choice. Organic compounds made only of the elements carbon and hydrogen are called dash. You chose hydrocarbons. And it is correct. Is a main kind of organic compound. Works to storage information inside a cell. On track. Nucleic acid is the correct answer. A very large organic molecule made up of chains of smaller molecules is called a smart move. Polymer is an accurate answer, which is the chemistry type in which we study about carbon-containing compounds. Clear logic. Your choice organic is sound and 100% true.
Carbon atoms in organic compounds, in accordance with the octet rule, always form.
Strong choice. 4 covalent bonds is the right answer. Name given in organic chemistry to all carbohydrates that are classified as sugars. Great thinking. Saccharide is the right choice. The genetic material in living organisms is composed of organic molecules known as. Nicely done. Nucleic acids is a solid answer. Where can you find examples of compounds belonging to the organic chemistry group? Correct. All answers are correct is the right answer. Which of the following represents the basic element found in all organic compounds? Nice work. You chose carbon, and it is correct. A dash bond is formed between the organic monomers during dehydration synthesis. Well picked. Covalent is the correct answer. What is the organic product when 2-chlorobutane reacts with aqueous sodium hydroxide? Great job! Butanol is the accurate answer. In organic chemistry, crossover experiments are most often used to distinguish between. Good job! Your answer intramolecular and intermolecular reactions works well here. Large molecules that are formed by joining several smaller organic molecules together. Right choice. Macromolecules is the best answer. How many different homologous series of organic compounds are discussed in this guide? Excellent choice. 4 is the right answer.
An organic compound with a hydroxyl functional group on an aliphatic carbon atom.
Perfect. Alcohols is the correct choice. Organic compound with similar functional group has a similarity as the following except.
Exactly. Number of atoms makes sense, and it is right choice.
Which of the following organic compounds is the main source of energy for living things? Well reasoned. Carbohydrates is the correct choice. Organic molecules that always contain carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, often in a 1:1 ratio. You got it? Your choice carbohydrates is right.
Is a main kind of organic compound made out of fatty acids. They made up the cell membrane.
Bravo. Lipids is the answer. The maximum number of single covalent bonds held by a carbon atom in organic compound is dash.
You're right. 4 is the correct answer.
2 or more compounds that have the same molecular formula but different molecular structure.
Nice work. You chose isomers and it is correct.
What is not a common element when studying organic chemistry, organic compounds, macromolecules?
Nicely done. Potassium is a solid answer.
Inorganic chemistry study of substances that don't contain carbon but may contain which element?
Solid response. Hydrogen is a valid choice. How would you compare the rate of reaction of organic compounds to those of inorganic compounds? Huh?
Excellent. Organic compounds are slower is a brilliant choice.
Organic compounds that have the same simple formulas but different structural formulas are called. Correct response. Isomers is the most accurate answer. The branch of chemistry that involves the study of substances other than those classified as organic. Correct. Inorganic chemistry is the right answer. A sequence of organic compounds having same general formula, similar physical and chemical properties. Valid point. Homologous series is true. How many carbons are in the backbone of this organic compound A2,3,3-triethyl-4-nonene? Clear logic. Your choice 9 is sound and 100% true. Dash groups are atoms, groups of atoms or bond that determine the characteristic of an organic compound. You chose functional, and it is correct. During sodium extract preparation for Lassane's test, both N and S present in organic compound change to. Nice selection. Naskin is the correct and valid answer. When 1-propanol is heated with excess concentrated sulfuric acid at NaDO, the major organic product is. Well done. Chich3 equal Toch2 is the right choice. Is a main kind of organic compound, serves as energy source for cells, present in sugary drinks and food. Great thinking. Carbohydrates is the right choice.
The blue compound formed in the positive test for nitrogen with Lassane's solution of an organic compound is.
Strong choice. Phe43 is the right answer. A specific group of atoms that is responsible for the characteristic chemical reactions of compound is called. Smart move. Functional group is an accurate answer. Of an organic compound gave 2.60 of magnesium pyrophosphate. The percentage of phosphorus in the compound is.
Good thinking. 45.38% is the right answer.
In organic chemistry, molecular and dash formulas were used to express what a particular molecule consists of. Well picked. Structural is the correct answer. This scientist converted anorganic salt ammonium cyanate into organic urea that is usually found in humans. Right again. Friedrich Wöhler is a valid answer. Of an organic compound containing sulfur produces 1.2 Gs of base of 4. The percentage of sulfur in the compound is. On track. 6.42% is the correct answer. The diagrams show the structures of 4 organic molecules, which 2 are members of the same homologous series. Sharp thinking. P and S is the right choice. An organic compound E reacts with acidified potassium manganate solution, causing a color change. What is E? Smart pick. Ethanol is the correct choice. He was known as the father of modern organic chemistry and known to synthesize urea from an inorganic compound.
Smart move. Friedrich Euler is an accurate answer. Give the following compounds. Catch2Ku, CH3OCH4Cu3Hiku4, CH10. The number of organic compounds is?
Correct. 4 is the right answer. Which organic compound gives silver mirror reaction with Tollen's reagent and is source of energy for living things? Strong choice. Glucose is the right answer. What are the molecules that contain only carbon and any of the following? Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus. Great job. Organic molecules is the accurate answer. Which functional group is shown? Bravo. Amide is the answer. Name and class of organic compound? Smart pick. Methyl ethanoate ester is the correct choice. Classify the following organic molecule. Right again. Aromatic is a valid answer.
01 Organic chemistry is the chemistry of.
Excellent. Carbon is a brilliant choice. Polymers that have carbon as their backbone. Nicely done. Organic is a solid answer. What major type of organic reaction is this? Nice selection. Elimination reaction is the correct and valid answer. Name the organic functional group for this structure. Well done. Amides is the right choice. What type of bond holds an organic molecule together? On track. Covalent is the correct answer. These organic compounds are found in essential plant oils. Excellent choice. Esters is the right answer. The UPAC name for the organic compound in the figure is? Perfect. 3-methylpent-1N is the correct choice. Which element is the backbone to build organic molecules? Exactly. Carbon makes sense, and it is right choice. What is correct UPAC, the name for this organic molecule? Good job. Your answer 1-chloropropane works well here. Organic compounds as shown what functional groups are there. Well reasoned. Double bonds and hydroxyl is the correct choice. This substance is classified as what type of organic compound? Valid point. Either is true. Which class of organic molecules does this molecule belong to? Nice work. You chose lipids, and it is correct. Amino acids are the monomers of which class of organic molecules? Right choice. Proteins is the best answer. What is the organic family for methoxyethan? Well picked. Ethers is the correct answer. Which is the molecular formula of the following organic substances? Correct response. C610 is the most accurate answer. Which of the following elements is required in an organic compound? You got it? Your choice carbon is right. Which is not a functional group of the organic compound shown in the picture? You chose amine, and it is correct. The structure of an organic compound, X, is shown. What is the molecular formula of X? Clear logic. Your choice C712 is sound and 100% true. The infrared spectrum of an organic compound is shown. Which compound produces this spectrum?
Sharp thinking. Butanone is the right choice.
The diagram shows waste organic material decaying. What is formed when the gas, methane, is burned?
Good thinking. Carbon dioxide and water is the right answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Solid response. Contact Narayan Changda is a valid choice.